Hi, it's Warren Black, and I'm going to be talking to you in this video about how to manifest money fast in 15 minutes. Sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? So basically, yeah, just using stuff that I've been using for many years, but I've learned from some of the greatest faith healers and manifestors on earth in mystery schools, stuff I've learned from the Bible, stuff I've lived in my life and helped thousands of clients on webinars and one-on-one to manifest extraordinary results in their financial life. And yeah, it sounds out there, but bear with me, watch this video. It's really quite simple, as you will see. And you'll probably go, oh, it's just all it is. It's really pretty straightforward. So what am I covering in this video? How our thoughts and states of consciousness create our physical reality, backed by science and backed by yogis. That's the first thing. Secondly, a simple 5-step manifestation formula to instantly create money now. And before you think, oh, you're offering some magic formula, honestly, all you need to do is create a formula of some kind and follow it. I'm just giving you one to use, and until you find something better, use this exactly. And thirdly, the 5 factors blocking your manifestations right now and how you can clear them forever. So on that note, let's get started and have a bit of a look at how consciousness determines our reality. Now, science is now starting to say, oh, what the yogis have been saying for 2,000 years, in fact, and more than that, that basically what we believe and what we see is what creates our reality. Previously, Einstein and various classical scientists said, nah, it's basically what you see on the outward creates your consciousness. Well, yogis have been saying, no, that's not true. And finally now scientists are going, yeah, that's actually the case. And the exciting thing is, I'll tell you what that means. If consciousness was created by matter, it would mean if you're in a bad environment, financially, really terrible, you're being badly treated, you're stuck with it. Whereas if your consciousness can perceive matter, you could be in the poorest household, come from the poorest family, you could be in a financial mess and surrounded by it. And if you can change your consciousness into a state of abundance and really changing what you're seeing and believing will happen to you, it will manifest. And yogis are saying that, and now scientists are saying that. Ahmed Goswami, in his Oxford University thesis, now proves that. Michael Talbot in the Holographic Universe, Max Planck, David Bohm, the list goes on. Schrodinger's cat. So to the point where even your computer or your phone, that is only what it is because you believe it's fat. If you could actually look at that and see that as water, or see your wine as water or your water as wine, you could turn water into wine. That's what Jesus did. He saw it differently, changed the form. You could bend spoons. I remember in The Matrix, it's what the kid said to Neo. He says to him, it's because there is no spoon. And once you realize that, you can bend the spoon. In other words, it's an illusion. It's a label. So the thing is, your present reality is directly linked to the thoughts that are ruminating in your mind. So think of your mind like a movie projector in a film studio that's projecting a movie out there. If your mind is ruminating struggle, challenges, can't afford it, government's going to take my money, my ex-wife's a horror, or my ex-husband, what you're going to manifest it in the outward. If you're manifesting and you're seeing in your thoughts and you're thinking abundance and you see millions or see tens of thousands or money coming in easily and just more and more money, your thoughts and actions and opportunities will start to naturally attract to you in alignment with that in the external world. Because the way to think of it is that if you have your radio station on 98 and then want to hear 100, you can't sit there complaining if you're on 98. You got to dial up your frequency to 100. Equally, if you want to manifest a different level of money instantly, you got to dial up your frequency. So that's what this video is going to give you a bit of a clue about. As Master Raymond Grace is one of my very favorite energy workers, a master and mentor I regard highly. Everything is energy and we can change it. We can transform it by our intention, by our thoughts, whether it's your health, whether it's your money, whether it's anything. So you can align yourself for prosperity just by speaking it, seeing it, and knowing it. One of my other mentors once said this to me, but my present reality and yours is a direct result of the 1,000 choices that I or you have made. So that's whatever has been going on in your head the last few days, that will tell you where you're at today. So it goes back to the basic principle of the universe having a universal energy field, which we can change by our thoughts and impressing upon that matter our thoughts to bring change. And that's how yogis and faith healers work. And we've seen this in our awakening within work, that what you put on the quantum level in your thoughts and intent is what you'll attract and immediate and ultimately manifest. And We have so many clients and testimonials from great work just because we just do the work and we know this stuff actually works. It's just really straightforward. It's like there's many things I'm not good at. Don't get me wrong. If you ask me to do plumbing on your house, I'll ruin it. Many things. You ask us to do manifestation, we just know it works. We've seen it work time and time again. I was fortunate enough to grow in a family with a lot of faith healers, so I saw this. So now let's take a bit of a look at the basic 5-step manifestation formula to create money now. Like I said, it's no doubt that someone could come out with a 10-step or a 3-step. This 5-step works, and until you find something better, you can use this. You got to create a clear intention because the universe will give you what you want. So be very precise. And a great mentor once said to me, like I remember once putting a manifestation that I'd create a wonderful, beautiful partner who we had a wonderful connection and attraction, would travel the world together. And she was all of that, and then turned out to be quite a nightmare. And he said, well, you never asked to have it with grace and ease. So for example, you could put an intention to manifest $20,000, but then if you don't put it with grace and ease, with joy or something, you may end up suddenly getting a debt or a loan or having to work your ass off because your subconscious is very direct. Be very precise, like manifesting $5,000 in 7 days, or I'm going to manifest $10,000 in the next 7 days and just giving thanks for it, or in the next 14 days, or in divine right timing in the highest good for all. Or whatever it is, the more specific, the better. And if you believe it will happen in 7 days, you'll get it. If you believe in 15 minutes that I'm going to manifest instantly money in the next 15 minutes, you'll get it. The time frame is really your belief. It's just that we think, oh, we've got to wait for it. I've done manifestations and it manifests within minutes. I've seen it take 10 minutes, seen it 15 minutes, seen it take a few hours, seen it take a few days, seen it a few weeks, few years. It depends on what I'm believing and where I'm at. So getting into a brain state conducive. So generally, the closer you are to a theta or alpha, the more likely it will be. So quieten your mind through the breath, through breathing deeply, slow breaths. Apparently, if you can do 4 breaths a minute, like 12 to 15 seconds a minute, and really slow your breath where you breathe in, pause briefly and breathe out, after a few minutes, you will feel your brain start to slow and you start to get into this hypnotic state. And if you're at a point where you're half asleep, half awake and drowsy saying it, you're actually in the perfect brain state. It's said that Nikola Tesla used to sit there on a rocking chair, holding a ball bearing, and he'd rock until he was in a deep state, and he'd know when he's in a deep state because he dropped the ball bearing. So like hypnosis is a way to think of it. The universe doesn't want you to be a beggar, so you just command it. So I command, we just command it, that I manifest $5,000 in the next 15 minutes to pay this particular debt. Or I had a friend once who had to manifest an instant amount of money to basically get some food for her kids. And I think it took only another time she even did it commanded, but food would appear in her house. And then she walked to her fridge and opened it, previously empty, was suddenly full. That's the kind of power you can have, but you got to command it. I give thanks that, or I command that $15,000 will manifest in the next week, or 500 in the next 15 minutes, or whatever you can put out there, but you must make a command. I normally say it is commanded. I normally use by the laws of the golden liquid realms, of the chemical powers, or by the power of the Christ, that I manifest X, Y, or, $15,000 in the next week in my bank account on all levels and all dimensions with grace and ease, something like that. And Yeshua puts it beautifully in the Bible. He just says exactly what the yogis say for the scientists. He says, if you don't doubt in your heart that something will happen, it will. So if you ask or pray for something or make a command, believe you have it and it will be yours. This, by the way, is where prayer goes wrong in many churches. It's this kind of, oh God, we just pray that you bring money. We pray that you help our church. God's like whatever, or spirit's like whatever. God only knows the language of faith. And even if the church has read their own Bible, I think it's Psalm 95, it says that, God is mad when basically people ask with doubt or are victims. It's asked with faith. And in other words, the best thing you can do is give thanks as if you've already had it. When I pray for something, once I've got it, I give thanks that I've already got this $15,000. I start thinking about what it will look like. I start living my life and spending the money or preparing on the assumption I've got it. Because your subconscious doesn't know the difference between fact and fiction. Before I know it, I start manifesting that kind of money, it starts coming. Clear your blockages. I normally just do a simple command or use a code or a picture, like I've got some picture code. It is commanded that any blockages to this manifestation be cleared on all levels and all dimensions now. And just let it go and just give thanks in your heart. The blockages are clearing and anything that needs to be addressed in my life that's in the way is already coming up. Sometimes I've had things come up like go and organize your finances. Your budgets are sloppy. I go, oh, I go and do that. Money comes in. That's the kind of thing. And that's what leads to the next one. You've got to take an action. So once you've cleared the blockage, you nearly always will get some kind of next required action, which you've got to do. Otherwise, it's a fantasy. If you just sit there and go, oh, you may just get, and it could be anything. You may just get a sense to make a phone call, to make a sale offer, where ring this person, or you may get a sense, go and organize your finances or go and create a budget or just get online and, put a quick Facebook post and offer to work with people. Whatever you get, you will get an action, act on it. So now finally, what can block your ability to manifest? One is, negative thoughts will cancel out any good manifestation. If you're doing that and then got constant negative thoughts and speaking out negative words, that will cancel it and staying in scarcity. And it's a horrible thing. Poverty solves nothing. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want, as Grace and T. Harv Eker says. Like, if you keep saying, I don't want to be hurt, or I don't want to think of a white elephant, that's what you're going to be thinking of, or I don't want to lose my money. Conflicting thoughts which counterbalance. So again, just be mindful. Just be mindful if you feel them coming in, just notice them, laugh at them and let them pass and just keep giving thanks. It's going to work anyway. Beliefs and conditioning, like you have to suffer for the next 3 years before it happens, or, you cannot ask for anything but personal gain because that's what I was taught by my church. I mean, whatever, manifestation works. I always like to put in a caveat in divine right timing and the perfect will of God, more because I know that if I do manifesting, it will always work, but sometimes it may not be the best thing for me to have, in that moment. So I always caveat with that, but with an expectation I will get it. So in divine right timing, divine right order. Double-minded. Often if you're manifesting and it's not happening, you're double-minded. And then you've got to probe in deeply and reflect. And maybe deep down you feel guilty about it, or you kind of feel if I get that money, I'll have to pay taxes. I don't really want to pay taxes, or you'll just get a sense of maybe it's too much. Maybe I'm being greedy because that's what mum said to me. So parent spoken words is a biggie. So it can take a while to deprogram yourself. So just be mindful of that. Gosh, I could give you so many examples, but I've had clients in my own life. We were broke as anything, and we did a manifestation back in 2003. I was sick. I couldn't work, couldn't do anything. I had a wife and toddler, twins on the way. That's all I had. Absolutely broke. So I remembered my faith teachings. I just fully trusted in God to provide for me and manifest a financial miracle. I just did a manifestation and gave thanks. And literally the phone rings and a friend of ours said he was about to go give his tithe to his church. And he got this message, go and help Warren and his wife, Grace. And we couldn't believe it. And he came over and gave it to us. And I could give you many stories. I've done manifestations around getting $50,000 to pay for something which I need. And then next, literally, a client will come up and do a sale, or unexpectedly, I'll get a sense to go and do a webinar. So I could be giving you countless. One of my favorites was a client who had 120 grand debt. And we did a manifestation to clear her debt and bring abundance into a bank account. Next day it was cleared. We had a client making 7 grand a month, but really needed to be making 10 grand a month to meet all his expenses. Did a manifestation. Before he knew it, he got a contract given to him. I could keep you busy with stories, but it's really that easy. You just let go of the attachment to the outcome and how it happens. So this is how it happened. So in summary, your thoughts and physical reality are inextricably linked. Basically, a simple 5-step manifestation formula for instant money results. And when you're not manifesting what you want, check for sabotages or blocks internally. Any questions, please comment below or send us an email if you can see that. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Awakening Within for more of this kind of stuff. And we've got lots of longer trainings and short. And we've got a fantastic mystery school and training website at theawakeningwithin.net. We have a brilliant free training. We're actually in the process of updating and improving our site exponentially. So you can go here. We've got a great free training to manifesting that goes a bit longer. to teach you the basics and how to transform energy, including stuff with Raymond Grace. Thank you very much and look forward to seeing you. Bye for now.